Hello, friends. Welcome to another Stamp With Me Tuesday. Tonight, we're going to be using a card sketch or a card template, as you might have heard it called, to create a super quick and easy card. And I have sample cards that are Christmas cards, birthday cards. You're going to love them. You're going to love them because it's so quick and easy. If you want to make a card along with me, all of the measurements are in the description to this video. Go ahead, cut your paper, get your stamps, because you could use this with any stamps, ink, or paper. So welcome to everybody who is here and joining me live, like Lisa. Hello, Lisa in Connecticut. If you're here and joining me live this evening, let me know if you are stamping along with me or if you are just watching this evening. Hello, Michelle. And a special welcome to those who come later and watch the replay as well. I know that a bunch of you actually catch it on the replay. I can't say replay tonight. And I absolutely love that. So let me know that you watch the replay too. And let me know if you're stamping along. I love to hear when you guys are stamping too. So hello, Brenda and Jean. Jean, you're just watching. All right. And Ellen, if you're just watching, that means you're going to go make a card later. Right? All right. So this is the sketch we're going to be using. I am going to be using the Christmas Greenery stamp set. Oh, and I forgot. We're also going to use, because this doesn't have any sentiments with it. So we're using the Christmas Greenery and the Simply Said stamp sets tonight. So cool. All right. And we're going to do a little choose your own adventure thing tonight. Let me make my workspace look just a little bit bigger so I can give you all the options. You're going to help me decide. All right. Let me show you our three options for this evening. So we can use this petal pink and white. So pink and white stripe. This is from the Mixed Media Floral. So we can use this color scheme. Okay. Or we can use, what is this? The Wildflower Birthday Paper with this green and pink color scheme. Okay. So pink and white or green and pink. Or I have some of the celebratory Sips paper with a berry burst and orange. So pink and orange, pink and green, or pink and white. Those are your choices tonight. Let me know in the comments which one you think I should use for tonight's card. We'll see which one gets the most votes. While we're doing that, let's talk about this card sketch. Here's the sketch that we're going to be using. I love this. This is from my brand new Creativity Made Simple Templates book. So we have Pretty Green and Pink, Celebrate, Pink and Orange, Floral and Berry, Pink and Green. Ooh, it sounds like it's either pink and green or pink and orange. All right, so this is coming from the Creativity Made Simple book, which has 48 different card making templates in it. And these are so awesome. This is just like everything you need to just jump into card making. I can't show you everything, but I'm going to show you the template I'm using the template I am using tonight. I'm telling you, I cannot speak tonight, is from the book. So let me show you. It is template 21, and you will see it's template 21 on both pages, and I'll show you why in just a minute. The basic template measurements are at the top of the page, and then at the bottom of the page, you have the card samples, and you have the actual supply list for the card samples as well. So really nice. You get two samples for each card. One is vertical, one is horizontal, so you can see how to change up the card sketch a little bit by flipping it. And everything you need to get started is in there. So there's 48 templates, including some that you've never seen before, and 96. So two samples each, 96 different samples in there. Amazing. So much good stuff. And it is available over on my website. So, all right, we're seeing pink and orange, pink and green, pink and white, pink and green, pink and orange, pink and orange, pink and orange, pink and green. I think we're going to go with the pink and orange. I think I'm going to go with the pink and orange. All right. Plus, you know, I just love pink and orange. So I'm going to use the Berry Burst with some pumpkin pie. This is the Celebratory Sips paper. It's a stripe on the back, but I'm going to use the pretty floral. This is going to be a pretty card. Right. But yeah, those colors kind of look fall-ish. So even though it's floral. All right. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to grab a little bit of white paper and I'm going to grab a punch. So you can make this circle any size you want. I'm going to make it 2 3/8 inch. So I'm using my biggest circle punch. You could also cut this out with dies. I'm using the circle punch this evening. And I need a little scrap of paper. There's some scrap paper. There we go. It's kind of messy. All right, let's see. We're going to stamp this. You know what? I'm going to still stamp this in some Secret C. We're going to stamp this in Secret C. I love this stamp set because it is a two-step stamping stamp set, which is like my absolute favorite. I love two-step stamping. I love it so much. So I'm just going to ink up the outline stamp with some Secret C. And I'm just going to stamp it just like that. Whoa, so pretty. All right. Let's make some pink flowers. Shall we make some berry burst flowers? Part of me wants to make pumpkin pie flowers, but I think I'm going to go with berry burst. I'm knocking stuff over on my desk. All right, so I got out the berry burst, and then there's a stamp to color this in. Yay. One stamp to do all three of these flowers. Well, not at once, individually. So pretty. So pretty. There we go. So I stamped my three flowers, and then there's stamps to do the greenery too. So I'm actually going to grab both some lemon lime twist and granny apple green. I think there's only granny apple green in the paper. And I'm gonna think out of the box. All right. I'm going to stamp the pine boughs. So there's one to go over the pine boughs. I'm doing this in granny apple green. And it's just going to go right over the top. So easy. One down here too. And then I'm going to do the other leaves in lemon lime twist. Lemon lime twist. Twist again. So this just lines up. This is so easy. They're nice and small, and if it's not perfect, it really doesn't matter. Seriously, I love two-step stamping. So there we go. Aren't those flowers pretty? Let's see what they look like. Let's see. Ooh, that's going to be pretty good. I don't know. Maybe I should have gone with orange. Orange would have been pretty too. But that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. All right, let's stamp a sentiment. I'm going to grab a scrap of basic white. And I have the happy birthday sentiment from Itch My Eye. It's so, there's so many allergens out right now. I'm going to do this in Berry Burst, I think. We'll see if I like it. I'm grabbing the sentiment from the Simply Said stamp set. It just says happy birthday because we're going to make a birthday card. This says Christmas greenery. And one of the stamps is like a poinsettia. But besides that, you can use it for any holiday. It is a multi-use stamp set. And honestly, I was really on the fence. I almost didn't get this one at all. Like, I think I didn't realize at first that it was two-step stamping. And I was like, I don't want to color those. And so I wasn't going to get it. And then I realized, wait, there's stamps. You can just stamp in the things. And I'm like, well, I want to do that. That's easy. So, all right, I'm just going to cut this with scissors. Just cutting my happy birthday down. It got a little bit crooked, but we're just going to go with it. So there we go. And we'll get this out of the way. We'll put this all together now. So folding my piece of Berry Burst cardstock in half. I'm going to adhere. Oh, they're so pretty. So pretty. Now, if you want these to all like line up, which these do, there we go. I line them up. If you want them to line up, you can cut a 3 by 4 1/4 inch piece first, and then cut it into 1 inch strips, and then you'll know that they will line up if you want them to. Or you could, you could mix and match the patterns. There's so many things you could do. I decided to go with all the same pattern, but you could definitely mix and match. I think all my samples tonight, I use the same pattern. I don't know why. And you'll notice in the book, all the samples, I stamped it. Or actually, one of them, I embossed it. It's not even stamped. It's just embossed. It's really pretty. It's one of my favorite samples in the entire book. Well, okay. One of the favorite samples that I made in the entire book, because I did make the book with a couple of my Stampin' Besties. Jackie Bolhuis and Juli Baca. If you know them, they are both amazing stampers. We worked on this project together, so they have some pretty awesome samples in there too. I like to use green glue because I can wiggle things after I get them put down. There we go. So I have my 3 pieces on there. You're using the ornamental Christmas dies to make a birthday card. That sounds pretty, Lisa. All right. I'm going to adhere this to my card front. Just like this. So pretty. And then I'm going to add my circle in. This is such a quick card. So quick. And I have other samples too, so no worries. This isn't your cup of tea. I have other ones. You have 3 of Jackie's books, Lisa. That's awesome. Her books have been great, and I'm so glad that she invited me to work on this project with her because it has been so much fun. All right. Just going to cut this. I'm not actually going to tie this because what happens is that it gets a little bit too lumpy. So I'm just going to fold it. I'm just going to fold it. And I think we'll just tape it. Well, no, you know what? I'm going to use mini glue dots because the sentiment is really, really skinny. And if I use tape, the tape might show. So I'm just going to use some mini glue dots. We'll remake our bow shape in just a minute. So I'm just going to start. Where's my take your pick tool? Always need that take your pick tool. I'm just going to use this to put on my mini glue dots. So we'll just set one down. Just kind of make that look like a bow without the big knot in the middle because we're going to cover it up anyway. So set down another one. There we go. Just like that. We'll check it out. Let's see. That is pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Let's add some mini dimensionals to this. I'm going to try to keep them out of the ribbon area, but I do want to make sure it's well supported. So I think we're going to end up putting 4. Let's see how that works. That's good. That's good. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, so we'll pull the backs off. Adhere this down. I think I'm going to add some gems to this too. Because why not? Why not add all the things? So there's our card. I'm going to add a couple gems. So I have these. I pulled out choices before I started. I have the the Charming Shimmer faceted dots. These are berry burst, so I thought they would be good. And my take your pick tool. Get this out. Just add some of these to the front there. I'm going to use a big one. I always use up my small ones before I use up the big ones. So I'm going to use 2 big ones on this one. All right, there we go. There's my super quick and easy card. Isn't that fun? See how it matches the template? So easy, so simple. All right, let me show you my other samples. Let me get some stuff out of the way. It's chaos on my desk already. So we'll put some things away. Kimberly, you love it. Thank you, Cindy and Kimberly and Lisa. All right, so there's that one. Now this one, I did cheat a little bit. I made like this exact same card, but in different colors. So this one I used the Traditions of Christmas paper, and I did it in red and Secrecy. Isn't that pretty? So pretty, but the same stamps and everything. So they're the same, but different. I love how you can just make things so much different when you use different papers. All right. And then I decided to use the jar of joy. I keep wanting to say jar of cheer, but it's jar of joy. I think because it says cheer. So sending a jar full of cheer. And I have the little cookies in there. This is actually the North Pole Express, I think is what it's called, designer series paper. So, and instead of a circle, I just punched out that jar. But it's kind of, it's like the same shape-ish, right? You don't have to stick exactly to a circle or exactly to a square. You can kind of change things out. So there's that one. And then I have one more. This one I used the Festive Friends. Any cute little elf on there. And again, that North Pole Express paper. Some real red and pecan pie. You love the jar stamp. It's so cute. And I love that there's 2 different jar stamps and the punch to go with it. So he's so cute. We're going to be using this stamp set, this Festive Friends stamp set, for the November online card class. So that is going to be coming. So those are my cards for you this evening. Aren't those fun? So quick and easy, so simple. I hope that you will make one. I'm going to go share a picture of my cards over on my Facebook page. I hope that you will come over there and share in the comments, share your cards that you're making. If you make a card with this template as well, because I love to see what it looks like with different stamps, with different papers, all that kind of good stuff. I think it's so much fun to see what all the different things you can do with the templates. And of course, if you want the Creativity Made Simple template book, this is available over on my website in the tutorial store. And it's pretty amazing. Otherwise, I will be back next week, Tuesday. Next week, Tuesday, we are going to be doing a one sheet wonder. So we are going to make 4 cards from 1 6x6 piece of pattern paper. It's going to be so cool. The cards are so cute. I think you're going to love it. So I'll see you next week, Tuesday. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.